Hey guys, hope your day is going well. Today I'm going to be talking about wealth and how it relates to your dating options. Of course, you always hear that women really love a man that's put together, a man that has a future, a man that has a potential to make a lot of money or is already making a lot of money. But how does it actually translate into better dating options? And it's kind of wealthy guys out there will probably quickly realize that it really doesn't do a whole lot just by itself. Wealth by itself really means nothing in terms of increasing your dating options. However, there are a few things you can do to really maximize your dating options, drastically improve them. Okay, let's just go over why wealth doesn't really matter in just by itself. If you have wealth, no woman really cares. No woman really wants to date you, wants to sleep with you because of your wealth. Okay, it really has no comparison to overall genuine physical attraction, which trumps everything. We all know a woman has to be available and attracted to you for anything to take off. And here's where guys kind of get mixed up in thinking that wealth matters and wealth is this huge attraction trigger and all this stuff, is because wealth increases your marriage options. That's essentially what it does. Women want to marry the wealthy guy. It doesn't make him more physically attractive. It doesn't make him more date worthy or hookup worthy. All it does is this guy's got a future, this guy's got a lifestyle that I want to hitch myself to. So yes, your marriage options drastically improve as your wealth improves. No woman, I don't care how good looking or how Chad like the guy is, he makes no money. No woman wants to marry the guy. Yes, they like to hook up with him, have relationships with him, but in terms of when women are thinking marriage, they don't want to marry the broke guy. No woman aspires to do that. On the other hand, the wealthy guys have tons of marriage options, but very little, dating options, real dating options, and very little hookup options. Because if the physical attraction isn't there, you really have nothing to begin with. You're just a guy that's, potential to increase a girl's lifestyle. You're the provider. You're the guy with money. And I don't have to tell you how terrible these relationships are where a woman just looks at you as the provider and nothing else. There is no physical attraction. These are the guys that just walk in like lambs to the slaughter in marriage. They marry this woman that's way hotter than them because they provide. They've got a big future. They're wealthy. But in terms of what happens in the bedroom, how could a woman possibly have the same passion and intensity drive for you if she's not physically attracted to you? It just doesn't happen. She's just gonna starfish in bed and hope and pray that you finish early so she can get on with her day and think about other men, essentially. Okay, so that's why it's important for wealthy guys to have the distinction of who's after their wealth and who's after, them, their true self, physical attraction, what they see. Because the difference in these relationships is night and day. You're going to have passionate women in bed that want your D and pretty much nothing else from you. That is what you want when a woman is physically into you. Okay, and this is something that all wealthy guys have to look out for. With that said, how can you actually use your wealth to maximize your dating options? And it's very simple. You move yourself, your physical location, to a place with high population density, most likely downtown in a large city. And your dating options absolutely skyrocket in these environments. I don't care what city it is, you go downtown, your exposure is going to be, it's not even going to be comparable. You will laugh at how different it is when you live downtown, where there is hot women. As soon as you walk out of your house, you walk to the grocery store, you walk to the gym, wherever it is you go, you see hot women walking around. All this exposure does is just put your dating options on overdrive, because it doesn't matter where you go, you're going to be running into women. And yes, it takes a guy to actually capitalize on these opportunities. You have to see women, they see you, they're interested in you, you have to approach them, you have to talk to them. And yes, once in a blue moon, a woman that is very attracted to you will have bigger balls than you and approach you, start a conversation with you, or just make it very easy for you. But if you really want to maximize what you're capable of, all the options that you have available to you, you're going to have to grab your balls, get outside the house and start a conversation. And yes, it may take you a while for you to get over that hump of going outside your house to talk to women. But once you do, once you get in the habit of this, like, it's going to totally change the way you think of dating. You just have built-in abundance at this point. When you can approach women that are checking you out or that you see that are hot, you're attracted to, and you can actually approach them. You can start a conversation with them, get numbers, get dates, get laid, get relationships. The possibilities are absolutely endless in these situations. But yes, these rich guys, you're going to have to put in the work that everybody else does, getting over this approach anxiety, getting out of your house, and making these approaches. And this not only happens with like your day-to-day life, your daily routine, wherever it is you go, you're running into hot women. This is going to happen online as well. I don't care what dating app you use. Living downtown maximizes your options like a million times, because you have access to women that are downtown. You have access to women that are in the suburbs, the surrounding cities, everywhere. And women will travel a far distance, a super long distance, when you live downtown, because that's the high status area. They're coming in from the outskirts. You have power. It's like, no, I live downtown. You come to me. That's how it works. And you quickly realize it. That's how it works. The people that live downtown have the power. It's like, no, I don't have to go anywhere. You come to me. And that's exactly what will happen if you decide to move downtown. And a lot of these wealthy guys, they think like, oh, I'm just going to buy or rent or buy a mansion on the outskirts of town that's like, where all the wealthy people hang out. It's like, good luck finding women. You're never going to find women in this environment. All the women are downtown. That's where all of them are going to be going. Doesn't matter where they go. Like if you decide to go downtown and invite them downtown, let's say they live on the outskirts, it's super easy for them to come see you. Because they're like, okay, like I'm on the outskirts of town. They're the high status guy that lives downtown. I guess I have to go see him. He's not going to come see me. And yeah, that's how it works. So yes, take the plunge. Go downtown. I have yet to meet a guy that regrets moving downtown after living in the less population dense environment. The more population dense, the higher your options, the greater your exposure. Everything gets, a million times easier. But yes, it's going to take you have to make the most of these opportunities that are coming your way every day. You have to actually do something with them. It's just like, you have all these job opportunities. Unless you apply for the job, you're never going to get the job. Okay. No one's going to be like, I'm going to give you a job. You can't rely on that. You're going to get very limited options. So yes, even when you make the move, you have to make the most of these opportunities. So that is how you maximize your wealth in terms of increasing your dating options. And one thing you have to look out for, like I was saying before, is are these women strictly after, what I can provide. Am I the marriage material guy, or am I the guy that she wants to really sleep with on the first date? Okay, here's how you find that difference. Here's how you screen these women for women that are really into you physically. And this is the groundwork for all relationships. She's not into you physically. Yeah, good luck in that relationship. Have fun with your starfish bedtime romps, okay? When she's physically into you, she's going to be more horny than you. She's going to be all over you, all over your D. Okay, that is what you want. And this can happen. You can do this for as long as you want. Okay, so how do you go about screening these women for physical attraction? Women that are really into you, couldn't care less about your actual wealth that you provide. Here's what you do. You invite women on simple, cheap dates. I don't care if you're a high roller, you've got really expensive tastes, you go to the nicest restaurants, you go to the nicest venues because you got the money for it, and you like to like spoil yourself, you like to, you're a high roller. On your first couple dates, you are not going to be spending pretty much anything. You're going to be going for coffee, you're going to be going for a walk, to the park, to the beach, whatever it is, but you're not going to spend anything or very little. Like a coffee, that's about as max as you're going to do. That's about as far as you're going to push it. A coffee, a hot chocolate, an ice cream cone. Okay, that's it. What this does is, as soon as you pitch that date, we're going to go for ice cream on your first date, the woman's going to be like, oh, okay. If she's really into you, she's going to be like, yeah, sounds great. If she's physically into you, she'll be like, perfect. And if she's not, she's, fishing for the high roller guy, the provider guy that she's going to, take advantage of eventually. She'll be like, no, I'm sure can't we do something else? I got a better idea. Let's go to this restaurant, or let's go to this place. Immediately screened out. This woman is not for you. Let the beta guys, let the guys that want their balls crushed, let them take those women. Okay, they just screen themselves out. You just be like, oh, okay, you want to go do that? Have a good one. No, a woman that is actually into you physically will go for a walk. She will go to the beach. She will meet you pretty much anywhere. And you don't have to spend any money. She'd just be happy to be there. Just like you should be happy to be with the woman that you're, interested in. She doesn't have to do anything. She doesn't have to spend money. She doesn't have to do anything. She just has to show up. Same with you. That's all they require from you is to show up. And this immediately screens in the women that are really into you and screens out all the women that were, looking for a good date, looking to get fed, looking to get pampered, looking to get, treated like a princess. Okay, you screen these women right out before you even date them. It is very easy. So this is why it's also important for you as a wealthy guy to try to hide your wealth as much as possible early on in the dating process. Let her find out later on how successful you are. Ideally, you can't really hide where you live or the car you drive or anything like that. But again, you want to keep this after the fact. You want to keep this a secret until she's shown up on the cheap date that you had planned. Because as soon as she finds out she's going on a date for ice cream or coffee, something very low key, and she agrees to show up, she's in. Let it be a surprise when she finds out that, yeah, you make a lot of money. You are super wealthy. She already passed the test. She just found out about that now. When she goes back to your place, sees your nice pad or sees your nice car, she's going to put two and two together and be like, whoa, this guy is a lot like a high roller, a lot wealthier than I thought he was. That's just an added bonus. Keep it a secret. Let her find out over time. That first date, she's just going to assume like she's going out with a normal guy, a guy that she's physically into. And that is exactly what you want. You wanted the wealth of the equation to be the added little bonus that she discovers over time after the fact that she was already interested in you. Anyways, guys, that's the video. That is how you actually use wealth to your advantage and increase your dating options by, of course, going where you get the maximum exposure. And believe me, like, there's a lot of guys out there that wish they could live downtown, that wish they could afford to live in these environments where it is so much easier. The exposure is that much higher. You have a million times more options in these locations. So take advantage of it. No man regrets doing this. I have yet to find one. And if they do, they're the ones that just stay in their house all day, never talking to women, never doing online dating, never doing anything at all, not trying, not doing anything. Of course, if you move downtown and you don't even try, you can't say it's women's fault. You can't say it's, society's fault. It's your fault for not taking advantage of all the opportunities that are around you. Anyways, guys, if you need help doing this, making the move, taking the steps, and capitalizing on all the opportunities that you have available, like on your day-to-day life and online as well. That's exactly what I help guys do. There's coaching links down below if you need help doing this. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Thank you for watching.